Okay, so we're doing laminate flooring right through downstairs this house, apart from the kitchen. House pretty clear, no one living here, so plenty of room to work. Still got some big items to move, like sofas and whatnot. I'm going to start in this room because there's a new patio door being installed tomorrow. So I get this room down out the way. When the installer's here tomorrow, I can carry on with the other rooms. I'm going to run the floor in this way, in line with the light source of the room. That way the joints aren't as they're a bit nicer to look at. And they say on the packaging, really recommend that you lay flooring with the light source. When it comes to the corridor, I'll probably maybe continue this way, or maybe put a joint in. I don't know yet, see how the floor levels go. If I do put a joint in, I'll switch the way the flooring goes. So the transition between one room to another is seamless. So rather than trying to line up the lines of the floor in two different rooms, if you go completely the opposite way, so one way goes that way and the other way goes that way, it looks a lot more seamless than if two joints are 5mm, 10mm out, it looks awful. So we'll cross that bridge when it comes. I'm just looking at this suspended timber floor here on the two downstairs rooms and the passage. The porch is concrete. But I can't see any air vents, and potential problem with dry rot if I'm going to airflow underneath the suspended timber floor. So just because curiosity, I think I'm going to get this floorboard up and have a look if the air vents are there, because they got deck in there, a sort of level with the front room. I can't see, I've had a look down, I can't see any air bricks underneath, so I'm hoping they haven't plastered over the thing, because you know you've got a damp zone with no airflow, and that's where dry rot can form, and that's the worst. Yeah, I can't see any air bricks there, but I can't see any on the rest of the street either. So, but I think it's just so much room under there. It's like half a basement really. It's really deep. So I think that's providing enough airflow for the dry run not to happen. I need to ask some questions of a friend of mine who's a bit of a damp expert. So it's my first one, about 8mm. If you read the pack, it says like a 10mm, 12mm gap all around the room. That's not necessarily true. These boards will move about a millimetre for every metre. So I leave about 6 to 8mm gap. Our room this side's plenty. If a bigger front room, if it's a double front room, 8 metres long, whatever, yeah, I go for 12mm, but on a smaller room, 6 to 8mm is fine, okay? I've never had any callbacks on it, I've been doing it for years. So when it comes to a pipe then, I just sort of mark out what the board I want it to be with my gap. See, and I with my pipe, I just make 2 little marks there and there. Okay, now a lot of people just cut these in and leave a gap behind, which looks awful if you ask me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the distance back to the pipe. Okay, bring a gap between the tip so that's tight to the wall. Bring out about 5-6mm, and then I got about 30mm. So that's 30mm from the board, so that's including my gap, yeah. So I got 32mm, so I got the tongue on the end there. So that's the sort of shape I'm after, like so. Okay, but I want to try and keep this piece if possible and glue it back in. Now obviously if I cut down here after I drill a hole, I'm not going to be able to fit this piece back in, but if I sort of cut it like this after I drill a hole, this piece then could be pushed back in and glued on, and there'd be a little difference in the gap there, okay, which you'll never see because the beading will be on top. Shorten it now. So your first row is the really important one. So easy way to measure and cut. Get your first 2 in with your gap. Alright. Okay. And get this part. Flip this board back to the front. Leave a gap there. Take a pencil. Mark. And that's your square cut then. With a jigsaw. The reason I use a jigsaw is because the blades are cheap. You know, this stuff will ruin your circular saw blades, your chop saw blades. So jigsaw blades are cheap in comparison. Probably use 2-3 blades on a job. You know, probably costs about 4 quid. So rather that than 30-40 quid on a chop saw blade. Once this row's in, the first row is in, and I'm happy with it, I'll make sure I've got packers behind every joint and that it's all nice one straight line. I get my second row in, make sure it all goes in tidy with no issues and without me trying to force it in too much. Once your first 2 rows are in and you're happy with it, you're away to go then, and it flies down. So this is the hardest, probably the most important part of the job really, getting your first line in correctly. So when they newer blades don't give a bad cut anyway. So put this in there, same thing again. Tight your joint now. Mark where the pipe's gonna go. Measure back a couple of really thin packers. Just mic the fastener on there. Okay, so like this sort of thing. And then when you put your backing piece in there, you big idea. You get a nice tight joint there. Little packer. Gonna mic the fastener there. Back of the inside. Couple seconds. Ready to go. Okay, so this sort of stuff, just line it with this piece. Take your hand to the joint. And this board. put it into the tank. Tight as you can there. Okay, so that's my first 2 rows in. What I'll do now is just different packers from behind all around these 2 pieces. Just make sure I got some good support behind the 2 sides of the joint. Okay, all around. That's nice and fair. And I'm ready to go then. I'll time lapse the rest of this bit then.